S.O.A.P is our daily study of the Bible, featuring a scripture, an observation, an application, and a prayer. Good morning. Today's Friday, October 8th. I'm Tom Tracy, and this is your daily S.O.A.P. Our scripture for today is Colossians 3, verse 22. Slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything you do. Try to please them all the time, not just when they're watching you. Serve them sincerely because of your reverent fear of the Lord. The observation is, it doesn't matter who's watching. And the application, we all know them. The guy that makes sure you see what he's doing. He brings attention to himself, and when people are looking at him, he's the best guy you'd ever know. But there's something different when no one's around. Something hidden. Something dark. When no one's looking, he turns to that, or maybe he turns into that. He becomes kind of a different person and does things differently when nobody's looking. Or maybe it's the guy that only does good work for you whenever you're staring at him. He knows what he's doing and he's capable of doing an amazing job, but he seems to only do that when you're watching. If you take your eyes off of him for just a minute, he goes back to his old ways and things become sloppy and careless, and he just doesn't get the job done the way it needs to be. He doesn't seem to care about doing the right thing, and he's not doing it for the work itself. He's doing it for the recognition. He's doing it so that people know that he's the one that's done it. Well, you see, the same thing is true with a lot of us as Christians. When we're around other Christians, we put on a front and we cover up all of the things that we try to hide, and we try to be this different person that's a good, God-fearing man or woman. But when we leave the church or we leave our Christian friends, well, the mask comes off. And we become someone different, and we hide things differently, and we try to make sure that nobody sees what we're doing because we're doing things that aren't pleasing to Christ. You see, that's not the way we should be. If you focus on the central portion of this passage, it says, try to please them all the time, not just when they are watching you. And the same is true for God. We need to live a life that's pleasing to God no matter who's looking or when they're looking. If nobody is looking, do you act differently than if somebody's paying attention to you? If you're outside of your Christian circle, do you still behave the same way you do when you're in? You see, we have to understand that if we only want to do a good job when someone's watching, well, God is always watching. We're called to live our best life all the time, to do our best work all the time. Because whether we want to admit it or not, and whether we see it or not, someone is always watching. And if it's not someone here, God is always watching. Father, help me to remember to always do my best for you, no matter what the earthly circumstances are, is my prayer for today. I trust that the Lord has spoken to you through this message today. If so, do me a favor and hit like and share and send it to a friend. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Have a great day. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and check us out. Surf around, and if you like what you see, do me a favor and mash that subscribe button and hit the bell.